Yeah, I get it. You're autistic.
Laura, Semas, Alina, Jack, Brooke, Cara, Adrian, Ben,
Yes, miss.
Leighton, Santana, Marcel, Joshua, Bo, Oliver, Melinda, Elise, Iamba, Alexandra, Piotr, Ellie, Vanessa, Lewis, Jake, Harry, Nick, Amy. Okay. So I'm trying something new today. I'm fully aware of how many mistakes I make when I'm trying to talk at the same time as calculating. So I've done the majority of the paper, and I'm just going to talk you through it with the answers. So loads and loads of you have got the right answer here. Quite a few of you didn't round correctly. So it's asking for 3 significant figures. You basically count across from your first non-zero. 1, 2, 3. So it's 2 decimal places. Okay. I'm going to drop a few reciprocal questions into the starters that we're doing. I want to show you how to do this one on the calculator. You can't have a decimal in a reciprocal. Okay. So a reciprocal of a number, if it's a whole number, it's 1 over that. So the reciprocal of 72 is 1 over 72. Okay. If you times them two numbers together, the answer will be 1. That's the definition of a reciprocal number. Okay? Now, if it's 2/3, so it's as a fraction, it's a proportion of a number, the reciprocal of 2/3 is 3 over 2. You just flip it. Okay? You can't have a decimal within a reciprocal. So a couple of you did try and write down 1 over 1.25, so you remembered that. You can't get that as an answer, it's not an or equivalent. But what you can do is put the number 1.25 into your calculator, 1.25, and if you press equals, it brings it down to the bottom right as a fraction. If you don't get that fraction in the bottom right, if you're using a calculator that doesn't do that, you can do 1 divided by 1.25, which is the same as saying 1 over the number, and when you get equals, you get the reciprocal. So it's 1 divided by 1.25, or you put 1.25 in your calculator, and it gives you the fraction of what 1.25 is, and then you just flip it. So the reciprocal of it was 4 over 5, or 0.8, but you just can't do that 1 over 1.25. So this one was a bit tricky for some people. Ooh. And the key word is the difference. So the difference between two numbers is 18. The ratio between them is 5 to 3. So we have done these before. The difference between 5 and 3 is 2. So if you know that 2 parts is 18, you know that 1 part is 9, and then you can do 9 times by 5 is 45, and 9 times by 3 is 27. I'll just double check where you got each mark from. There's quite a few people that made a mistake with that one. So you got the first mark for trying to find this. 2 parts is 18. The next one, a lot of people didn't realise that they had to find the sum of the 3 numbers. So it gave the ratio, and it said that the largest one was 210. So to find out what 1 part is, you do 210 divided by 7. So 1 part is 30. So then you times each of your ratios by 30. If you got the 3 ratios, if you got the 120, 210 and 60, that gave you 2 marks. So just finding that 70 was equivalent, so just writing that out there. So this is the bit that I wrote down first. Just writing that would have given you that first mark to show that you know that 7 is equivalent to 220. I think we went through this in class, didn't we? Santana?
missed because you don't borrow a pen.
Yeah. Did we go through this one in class? Did we or not? Jack, tell me. You don't think so, right? Okay. So we've got your numbers should have been 7, -1, -2, and 2, and then plot in the graph.
It's a big number.
Oh, I think it was one in the homeworks when it says, Semesh, you asked me about it, didn't you?
Yeah.
On that solving when it's equal to x. Yeah. Now, here, use your graph, okay? When you see use your graph, you need to be drawing something on your graph. So use your graph to find estimate the solution of x squared minus 2x minus 1 is equal to 3. What I would have done at that point is gone quick check back to the equation that's been given. X squared minus 2x minus 1 is equal to y. So they've replaced that y with 3. So you need to find 3 on your y-axis and draw a line across. And then draw a line down and you read in the two numbers off of there. So if this was saying, estimate where the solutions where that equation's equal to 2, no, not 2 because that's given in the thing, let's go with 5, then you draw the line across there, and the line down, and the line down. Now, and then you read off the figures there. There's a couple of people that tried to use the quadratic formula to solve this. Even if you get it completely right and bang on, which you would do if you're using a formula, it won't give you the mark because it's a different skill. It's asking you to show that you know what the graph means. Okay, so it's asking you to use the graph. So even if you got it completely correct with the numbers, by using the quadratic formula, no marks. It's not asking you to do that. The next one, calculate the value of that division. If you have got a calculation, do you all know that you can change these to ordinary numbers by just putting the numbers into your calculator?
Yeah.
I've got a couple of people frowning. So,
Sometimes my calculator doesn't.
What do you mean?
so all you need to do is
Right, doesn't
8.4 times by 10 to the power of 4, and then equals.
Oh.
If for whatever reason it gives you in standard form, you then need to go through your format button, you know, your SD button,
Yeah.
or if you've got one of them ones, you go format and then list through with those, and one of them will be a decimal.
But sometimes they don't come up, like when you press on it. When you press decimal, sometimes when you put it in, it's like comes up with the same thing.
Right. I mean, I would recommend that you just get your own calculator and get used to using it. So, change both numbers, do the calculation, it gives me that, and then as a decimal. Give your answer in standard form, so you then got to convert that to standard form. Lots of you missed that it was a small number, so loads of you didn't do it as a negative. It's a small number, 0.2625, you're shifting the decimal place one place, so therefore it's 2.65 to the power of times by 10 to the minus 1. This one, I showed you a couple of them last week. So it's to 2 decimal places. So I've got that in the middle, then this one comes in. That's 1 decimal place, one place up on the second decimal place, 1 place down on the second decimal place, and then you're halfway in between each of them. These have got to be in the right place. They've got to be in the right order. There was a few people that put them in the wrong order, so then you can't get the mark at all. Okay. So the answer, you could have put, well, you could have put lots of different things. Each year, 5% represents a different amount of money. It's not the same each year. You need to calculate a 5% drop each year on the new value after last year's reduction. So it's 5%, new total, 5% reduction, new total, 5% reduction. So it's wrong. Like with all of these kinds of questions, it's very specific. So amongst the not exact, a lot of people have put an increase instead of a decrease as being the wrong thing. And if you'd have said you should multiply by 0.95 to the power of 4, that's enough. Okay? But
Sorry, but I'm not getting the mark because I put Eric is wrong because it doesn't go down by 5% of the original class every year. It goes down from the new value every year.
give me a sec. I'll come and have a look at it after. Oh, I feel like I put that under this bit. It says need to work out for each year separately. Can you say it again, Bo?
Eric is wrong because it does not go down from 5% of the original price every year. It goes down from the new value every year.
Ooh, maybe we will give it, you know. Okay, next bit. Lots and lots of people missed that difference. Work out the difference between Eric's answer of 15,960 and the real value of the car 4 years after he bought it. So that's the correct working. And then your difference is £289.40. There is allowance for you, so some people might not have worked it out correctly there. They might not have just done that correction. They might have done year after year a 5% drop. So if you've calculated a 5% drop, and then you've got a new total, and then you've done a 5% drop, and then you've got a new total, and then a 5% drop, and a new total, and a 5% drop, you got that right. However, that reduces the tolerance of this. So if you've got a number that's anywhere between 288 and 290, you still got that final mark, if you did it that way round. Lewis?
Where do you get the 0.95 from?
So remember last year, back when we were in the tower block,
Yeah.
5% reduction as a multiplier is 0.95 because you're finding 95% of the original because you're finding 5%
Oh, yeah.
less than 100.
Yeah.
So that's what the 0.95 is. So the power of 4 is 4 years. Your inequality, I was quite strict with this because it was clear in the mark scheme that it said it has to be an arrow. Loads of you didn't do an arrow. Senna?
I just wanted to ask about the last question.
This.
The question before.
Go on then.
You know, you get a mark from 19,950 times 0.94 to the power 4.
0. Point what?
0.95 to the power 4.
What? Do you get any marks for that?
No, I don't want to talk about that question.
That's 2 marks. Bring it here quickly.
Pick in the middle and four.
Got 69 marks. I bet it's
How much did you have to spend?
22.
For some reason I thought it was 8. I thought it was 8 for a moment. Wait, I got a better one. Back. Because I can throw 2 dice. So it's 1 out of 16.
Yeah, that's increased it by 5.
1 out of 16. Oh, 1 to 16. Shut up. 1 out of 12. 1 out of 12, whatever.
So you're telling me one of the three was that one.
I'll be 80
You're
as
telling me
well.
that this is
Adrian.
8.
Okay?
Adrian.
Right, inequalities. Now, it has to be an arrow. Because you're showing that you know that the numbers will swap into infinity. Okay? Perimeter. Too many of you do not know the difference between area and perimeter. There was loads of you that did area. Okay? And I think I made enough notes on all of them to know where. Does anybody not know where you've gone wrong if you've gone wrong?
think I just got stuck where, obviously I worked out the colour of the rectangle, and then I just got stuck on like the sections, like, because I couldn't, I was like, I don't know, I think it was like on the curve I got a bit like, then I panicked it a little bit, and then I got like,
Right, so are you happy with that 20? Where
Yeah.
that's from? Are you
Yeah.
happy with that?
yeah,
Are you happy with that?
yeah,
And that?
yeah,
So then you've got two lots of pi d divided by 4. That gives you that bit
yeah,
and that bit.
yeah,
So 20 of 20 add 8 is 56. I'm adding two lots of pi times by 16 divided by 4.
yeah.
I've got 16 because that's the radius of the circle, the diameter is all the way through. You see that?
Yeah, I think it's just like overcomplicated with the sections.
And then your answer is 81.1. Three significant figures. 81.1. Okay. You needed to do this in 2 stages. The next one. Right. You needed to find, using Pythagoras, the horizontal QS, the vertical QS. So that gave you the first mark. A lot of you didn't use Pythagoras to find the first one. And then I marked it on the diagram. And then draw another little diagram. We've got adjacent, opposite, hypotenuse. So therefore you're using tan to find that angle, the inverse of tan. So when you're finding the angle, covering the tan, opposite over adjacent, 36 over 58, lots of people got these the wrong way round. So it even though you haven't explicitly labelled your triangle, I don't know whether you are labelling, like, getting these two mixed up, or just having a brain fart when putting them in there. But lots of you, I don't know if you, the ones of you that have got it the wrong way round, if you've done 50 over 36, I don't know, in your head, are you wanting it to be a number that's greater than 1? Do you know, is that, maybe that's why you're doing 50 over 36, because you think that a divide can't be anything smaller, but I don't know. I don't know, but there was a lot of you that did get it the wrong way round. And then you needed to do the inverse of tan to be able to find the angle. Yes. Yeah. Okay, give me a sec. Did you get 36? Yeah. So I need to give Alina one more mark. Now, I want to put this one on the board.
I'll probably try harder. Grade 4. Grade 4. Oh, this one?
Ben, what would you do if I just ate this calculator?
I would be very concerned for your health. 9.
Right.
You look like an interquartile.
Those of you that get into